And welcome back, folks, to the second day of VCT Game Changers Academy presented by Verizon. Man, we have had an amazing day so far. 2 series from the top 16, and there's just been some amazing Valorant. So thank you all for spending your weekend to watch some amazing Valorant. I'm your host, Dr. Delta, and joining me back again on the desk is JoJo and Cozy Josie. Yeah, we are in the top 8, folks. It has been an amazing day. Today, you're going to get to see Dart Monkeys versus Misfits Black. And man, this is a series. We're going to talk a little bit more about it, get to know each of the teams just in case you don't know. But yeah, Jojo, can you walk us through kind of what happened with Misfits Black yesterday and what brought them here?
Yes, so I was casting yesterday, and one of Misfits' games was streamed. It turned out to be their closest game in that group stage. They were playing on Bind against Revive Me Jet. The scoreline was 13-11. All of their other scorelines were very, very decisive, very quick games, 13-6, that kind of thing. But that 13-11, it truly could have gone either way. There were small decisions that did eventually put it in favor of Misfits Black. But coming into today, they're undefeated, and I'm pretty sure Dart Monkeys is undefeated as well. So this is the duel with the two undefeated teams from groups. Misfits Black played very, very well yesterday. I know they've got a bit of a new roster, some players who we have not seen in tournament play on that team, and so far their synergy does look good, except for Bind. Luckily, gonna get banned today, and we're not gonna see it in our best of 3 matchup. So will they be the ones to unseat Dart Monkeys? We shall find out very soon.
Yeah, again, Dart Monkeys being the back-to-back champions of the Game Changers Academy. So we'll see if Misfits Black will be able to unseat them. Priya, we just saw the Dart Monkeys play against Meow Me. It's a pretty decisive series, but can you kind of lay down the scene for what we can expect from Dart Monkeys?
Yeah, that was quite a dominant 2 maps from Dart Monkeys. They looked really, really good. On First Haven, they went 13-2 in the previous matchup versus Meowmies, and then once again 13-4 on Icebox as well. And it's so exciting to see the kind of strats that they've developed as playing a full 5 for about 2.5 months now. So they've been together for quite a bit, and they've learned to synergize, and you can clearly see how much they've improved throughout the different game changes, and they're looking their strongest they've ever been. So it'll be up to if MSF can actually take down the reigning champions of Game Changers Academy.
Exactly. And Misfits Black, they are one of the more newly signed teams, also trying to go through some roster adjustments and figure out what will be their final roster going into the Game Changers series in a few weeks, actually. But I believe we have map selection ready for this upcoming series, so if we can take a look at that, that'd be great.
Bind is going to be banned by Misfits. They do not want a close call again on that. But the other bans, we are starting out with Icebox for Misfits and Fracture for Dart Monkeys. Dart Monkeys consistently banning Fracture first. That was also their first ban against our matchup versus Meow Me's. So it seems like they want to avoid that map at all costs. Map 1 actually going to be Haven. We just saw them play Haven. Are they going to pull out the same strats, or are they going to switch something up? They, at this point, are likely used to the map, and with that decisive victory, 13-2, they're going to be pretty confident coming into that one.
Now, Breeze isn't a map we've really seen Dart Monkeys play too much, so they will be opting to pick into that. Misfits will be going on the defense, so we'll have to see how many strats that Dart Monkeys have for this map, especially with their playing of this map being not really that much. They have played it about 50, actually, they played it quite a lot. Yeah, they have 60% win rate on this map, so it'll be exciting to see how close this matchup is. But if it does go on to the decider, Ascent will be that last map with Bind and Split both being banned right off. Misfits going to be starting on that defense, but it's going to look like a really close series here, Jojo. What are your predictions?
I don't even know what to think. We already know that these two teams have had some games earlier today, and obviously they had their group stages yesterday, but I don't know if they have ever met each other. So it might take a few rounds for them to get used to the play style, but looking at this right now, seems like Dart Monkeys is starting on attack for every single map. And that, as we know from our previous matchup, is going to be a little bit dangerous from Misfits unless they can figure out how to combat that aggression early on.
I agree, but these are like the matchups of two very aggressive teams with their playstyles. Misfits, we've seen in previous matchups, they're extremely aggressive both on the attack but also the defense. So we'll have to see how Dart Monkeys can really combat that, because starting off on Haven, it's really a map of who can gain more map control, and with defensive aggression, you're able to crunch any players that are kind of holding far back, or you can play very passively and wait for the push that MSF is known for, especially with these roster changes that we've seen. They've still kept up with that very aggressive playstyle. So I'm super keen to see how the first map will actually turn out.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be scary with Dart Monkeys starting us on the attack. Looks like the lobby is ready, so Jojo and Priya, let's get into the game.
I think it's also worth mentioning how different all of these maps are. We're going to see some different agent compositions, but starting off with Haven, already Grimoire locking in the Omen. I do not think we're going to see any sort of difference between their composition playing Haven now and composition playing Haven 2 maps ago. But on the side of lock-ins as well, what are you liking about their composition so far?
I really like seeing Breach and Sky initiate a combo over the Sova and Breach combo that you usually tend to see. Dart Monkeys have a more in meta kind of composition. You tend to see this with a lot of teams at the tier 1 having that Omen, the Breach, Breach and the Sky together on retake is absolutely insane on every single one of the sites. So I'm looking to see Dart Monkeys play more of that retake style. But on the side of Misfits Black, they've really been that Fade instead of the Sova. So that's so cool to see, like a switch up from a Sova main, now Fade coming into the meta, her being picked more over Sova with Sova's nerfs that have been pretty rough on him, especially on his pick rate being 28% in VCT, like VCT in general. So it's so sick to see more Fade being put into the meta, and I'm excited to see Dart Monkeys have prepared for this Fade pick as Misfits are prepared for this Fade pick, which is a bit of a pocket pick. I think they saved it for this matchup here.
Yes, I don't know though if Misfits were able to tune in to that Dart Monkeys play previously on Haven, but if they were, they're not going to be expecting Autumn to be switching onto Fade. I am kind of surprised though, considering the double initiator play coming out from Misfits anyway. Aban is opting for that Breach and Slandy on Sky. That's going to be a heal available for both sides. Always good to have in your back pocket instantly. Lex is going to be pushing out, has that dash available, takes out Grimoire, but Island quickly trading it out, evening out our numbers. Spike remains in that spawn location, and Autumn attempting to gain any more information that she can before contacting her team and bringing the Spike. Looks like all the way to C.
SK has made her way up into Cubby, but the dark cover is going to stop things just a little bit. And the rotates are actually going to be caught through Ibanez, going to rotate through Spawn, and the rotates are actually right because it's going to be a full burst onto the C site. Oh, not actually a burst. But will Bunny Bee actually check? Platform? No, they don't. Vanina, absolutely huge with a header, and it comes out with 3. Autumn does recover, leaving things in a 1v1. She does have a C's to play with. Haunt coming up in 21 seconds. She does recover. That's Spike, but Slandy with the peak comes out on top. Misfits Black winning the pistol round.
And that is a very, very important round for them to win. Like I said, these two teams have yet to meet, so they are going to be feeling each other out in these early rounds, including that pistol round. The fact that there was a 1v1 battle at the end there, I think is very telling of what kind of matchup we're going to see continuing on Haven. But either way, Misfits Black gonna be able to purchase those Spectres and full shields while Dart Monkeys remained on pistols. They're still gonna be aggressive though, already taking space on C. Katie waiting on site, does get blinded with the paranoia, but it doesn't get checked, and SK falling alongside Island. Bunny quickly getting the trade and picking up the Spectre, but it's not enough. What is this? The spray down from Misfits Black, denying Dart Monkeys even the plant after just one player falling.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate to watch, and I do want to talk about also a little bit of a change of composition as well. Having a Viper on Haven, you don't tend to see that too often, and we're going to be seeing if it's if SK has really any value with this Viper pick instead, because it's a double controller, double initiator kind of comp, and it's more leaning towards the defender side more than anything. Lex does show a little bit of defensive aggression as the substitute of Misfits Black, but doesn't actually gain any information. Lots of players on Dart Monkeys are pushing their way towards A. They have gained A long control at the moment, but haven't really peeked out onto site. Haven't really given any information, waiting for Misfits Black to push and make a mistake, and maybe they will, but they are playing quite disciplined here. The toxic screen is going to leave Vanina to stay on the C site and anchor, as rotates are going to come through for Misfits Black as they push onto the A site. Slandy holding with the guiding light is going to get blinded, but the Prowler does blind her right back. She does throw another guiding light, but actually catches 2. Lex coming out on top with a 2K to start things off, but the trades come through, leaving Misfits Black with a 1-player advantage. SK
30 seconds
trying to cover the plant here, but they aren't planting just yet. The flank will come through as well, so they do need to be aware of this. It'll be absolutely huge if the timing does actually do come through. Bunny Bee, they're running out of time. 11 seconds of the clock, and Katie with that flank coming through, and the timing as well coming out on top. 3-0 already. Misfits Black are looking to roll off this momentum.
For Misfits Black to have won that round, they did not have the greatest guns there, but as players on the side of Dart Monkeys continuously fell, Misfits Black was able to take their guns. And what a beautiful flank from Katie. I feel like the flank on A, in order to retake it, even though the spike hadn't even been planted, is completely essential for that site. Just hanging out in heaven and trying to push from backside is very ineffective when you can hide behind that truck for a plant. But either way, Vernina going to be able to save that operator, bringing it into this round, and Dart Monkeys on a full save. Their goal here is to do as much damage as they can, maybe take a gun or 2 out of the hands of Misfits Black, but it's going to probably be unwinnable for them. Vernina holding out on C site. Meanwhile, that spike, again, very, very slow on A. This is uncharacteristic for Dart Monkeys. We're so used to seeing them aggress onto site quickly, and they have completely changed that playstyle against Misfits Black.
Yeah, different comp, different playstyle completely. They were waiting for this pocket pick, and it hasn't really worked too much in their favor at the very beginning. They are at a one-player deficit, one controller down and out, but that's the advantage of having two controllers here. Ooh, the Prowler does actually blind and concuss, but it's a huge brawl on the A side for Misfits Black with a very, very fast retake coming through already 4-0, looking very clean on this map.
Kind of surprising though, considering Dart Monkeys was very decisive on Haven previously, but it feels like Misfits Black is doing everything right to combat it. They are allowing Dart Monkeys onto site. They are not getting baited by the slow play. They're not overextending or being aggressive on defense. They're just waiting for that spike to get planted in order to commence their retake, and they're using their utility so well. The amount of chaos that they are creating on site, which Dart Monkeys has no idea what to do with, is a beautiful thing. So we just have to see if Misfits Black is able to continue that and put Dart Monkeys onto yet another full save, because this is their last chance to kind of full buy and get a win. Dart Monkeys has to stop the aggression and the momentum right now.
Exactly. I'm surprised I haven't seen any kind of timeout here for Dart Monkeys to really calm things down, figure out what they want to do, because they do have the Seekers available for the pop on. It's like, oh no! That is so unfortunate for the Sky on Dart Monkeys. Their gun was peeking right through, and Katie gets the shot. A lot of defensive aggression, a very, very aggressive angle here with the Dart cover, pushing back Dart Monkeys so far into spawn, basically. Grimoire does peek, but is unable to land any shots. 3-5 already. And Dart Monkeys are looking to maybe save, possibly. They will rotate onto the A side. And Misfits Black are looking to play, I think, maybe a retake setup, because they do have the Seekers to use for this retake.
Their retakes have been consistently good, so it would not be surprising at all if they allow the plant. Autumn going to be able to stick it, and that's kind of all Dart Monkeys can do right now. We already see Nightfall being thrown out by Autumn to maintain that spike position, but it's not going to be enough. Lex dashing through Nightfall, getting these headshots, and trusting her team enough be able to stick that. It's going to be a flawless round for Misfits Black and an expensive loss for Dart Monkeys.
Yeah, and a flawless round at that on the retake, and it was an expensive round. I'm surprised they chose to use the Nightfall, just maybe hoping they win out that 2v5, but the retakes were coming through, and Misfits Black just used the numbers in the advantage of numbers. Dart Monkeys do have the Seekers to use. They have been holding on to these Seekers for quite a couple of rounds now. Now that they decide to go for a full buy, the timeout will be called just to discuss things, to really stop this momentum that Misfits Black have been gaining, because once again, they have been playing a bit of like a really fast retake. They haven't been given Dart Monkeys any time to play post-plant positions. Like the moment the spike gets planted, the retake comes through immediately, and they take that time, that little small moment of opportunity against Dart Monkeys. And this new composition, I'm not really too much of a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie. Having a Viper and Omen on attack as well is really rough. Especially when SK, she hasn't really been getting too much value. Has been trying to put down that toxic screen constantly to condition Misfits Black, but Vanina still holds on to the C side, and it hasn't really conditioned him too much. Maybe it will for a successful take onto the C side, a full burst maybe, but Misfits Black are just playing against the wall basically, and pushing very far up, kind of counter-stratting them.
Does seem to be continuing that slow play. Timeout was taken before a full save for Dart Monkeys. So I don't know if they were discussing this specific round or talking about what to do on their next buy. Interesting investment from Island to pull out the tour de force here. She is feeling confident with it, but she needs to get something done. And there you go, getting that first kill onto Lex. But there are multiple defenders on this site that have to fall before the site is going to be taken by Dart Monkeys. But a great first pick. The gun currently unretrievable unless they're able to gain that space back onto C. Slandy getting prowlered and was ready for this push into garage. Now Autumn is going to continue pushing that garage location, but the spray from Katie just gets one. Misfits Black down to 2 players for this retake. Assuming the spike is going to go down quickly, Autumn sticking that plant. And we even have Viper's Pit available if they want to make 100% sure that the defuse is not going to come through. But anytime Vernina has the operator in hand, anything can happen. Vernina getting smoked off at this point, making the retake that much harder in time, consistently ticking down. The first shot does actually connect with Autumn, but Island stealing it back with the operator of her own. Ibanez taking one down before falling, and that is Dart Monkeys' first win. So looks like the timeout was actually effective.
It definitely was. I was talking about that conditioning and maybe it not actually getting any value, but then the absolute opposite happened where the conditioning of the constant Viper wall on C site actually worked out in their favor. They slowly walked up onto C site, especially with that first pick that Island got with the tour de force. They were able to just clear outside. They did have a Viper's Pit to use just in case, but with 2v5 and Vernina having an op for the retake, they opted not to use it, and they will possibly use it into this following round. But it's a bit of a default shown here for Dart Monkeys. They're looking to figure out where anyone is playing on the side of Misfits Black.
Bring them down.
The Trailblazer is going to clear out garage, and so is the Prowler on B site, but it actually doesn't spot anyone. Misfits Black are playing pretty far back, not really any close angles at the moment, and they've actually left the A site for a retake, possibly with that Rolling Thunder. But now a slow walk onto the C site. SK trying to catch a timing, possibly maybe a rotate, but does get caught out, and that's so unfortunate. Dart Monkeys on a 1-player deficit as they push on to A. Oh wait. Oh no, the timing might actually be really bad. Oh, the Prowler actually gets caught, but gets destroyed immediately. Vernina TP's right back out, and that's a free site for Dart Monkeys, but the plant may get stopped by the Rolling Thunder, and yes, it does. Immediately, 28 seconds on the clock, and Ibanez with all her utility looking to really delay this spike plant, and a very fast retake now on to the A side, but the positions are so good for Dart Monkeys. Beautiful hold from them. 2-5 now, and that was such a good round. That was the round they really needed to win here to help support their economy. And it looks like Misfits Black, their economy is just towards... It's all right. It's solid. Never mind. I was gonna say it might be a little bit bad, but it's looking quite solid. But this is the game-changing round right now.
Most definitely, I can already see Vernina is going to be pulling out that tour de force, and we talked about it previously, but anytime Dart Monkeys is getting these multiple rounds in a row, that momentum for them, they kind of just roll with it. Oh, Vernina had to TP out of that. Bunny Bee making their impact in this round, taking down that controller player for Misfits Black. So that's going to be a big pick for Dart Monkeys. No delay of sight take at this point because there's no more dark cover to block those sight lines. Slandy has to get at least 2 here, but it is going to be traded out. Unfortunately, Bunny Bee, the one to take the damage, and of course, Sky cannot regrowth herself. So that's not going to work out for Bunny B. They're going to maintain 31 HP for the remainder of the round. And Vernina now holding A site with Tour de Force. Meanwhile, Spike seeming to be rotating away, and no one from Misfits Black has even bothered to anchor B, Garage, or C. That's like the majority of the map completely left open, and it is the wrong read from Misfits Black. They're going to have to go for a retake, most likely, with numbers disadvantage.
Seekers do come out, and so does Guiding Light, but they're gonna slowly find out that all players on Misfits Black are on the other side of the map, and they will rotate through. It's a 3v4, but they may actually opt to possibly save this. They do have an op to use on the retake, and Dark Monkeys, they have a Nightfall to use, especially when Misfits Black do push onto site. They do clear back site with the Aftershock, and no one pushes through. But Island with that opener onto Vernina, that's gotta look so rough. And look at that beautiful one-way there. Ibanez, absolutely huge pick, making sure that behind them is completely clear. They will not get flanked today, but the spike will tick right down. And beautiful round there from Dark Monkeys. They decide to push onto A. Slandy was in such a pivotal position there, a key moment, a bit of a one and done though. She had to get, like you said, possibly 2 to maybe change things around, but she was only able to get 1, trade things right out, and instead Dark Monkeys opt to just rotate to the side where they had the entire Viper setup available to use, and no one from Misfits Black rotated out towards that side. They didn't really have any space taken anywhere, like you said, towards B or C, and this Viper pick, I think Dark Monkeys is actually changing my mind a little bit.
It is kind of instrumental in some of these rounds, and especially with the mind games, as you've mentioned. This is, you know, another round where that Viper wall is going to be placed over on C. It's going to gather some eyes from Misfits Black onto C site, but Spike yet to be dedicated. Some shots being thrown through Garage, no damage done yet. The SK still holding on to Viper's Pit. If they're able to get onto site and pop that, that could 100% guarantee a round for Dark Monkeys. Remember, they still have to make something work. SK with a quick headshot onto Lex. That is the duelist down for Misfits Black. Suddenly, all of the aggression on the defense is getting punished. Bunny running up onto site, chasing Slandy all the way off. And that is going to be a clear sight. But Misfits Black are prepping for retake.
Yeah, and an instant retake at that, and it's going to be sprayed right down. The Viper's pick went up and down instantly, and Grim on SK. I love Misfits Black, Dark Monkeys and their holds and their ability to just play rotates. They play things really, really slowly. It's such a different look from them in this map. When we just saw Haven before when they were versing Miamis, they looked completely different. They look like a whole different team here, leaving this composition to be maybe a pocket pick. Once again, SK was so pivotal for the win of that round. She put her poison orb towards A long and then it actually drew some kind of defensive aggression coming out from Misfits Black, and they did push. They did over-aggress, and SK came out on top with the opening pick, and once again, Island there with that opening pick with the operator does get 1, but Katie does trade her out. And things will look into a bit of a standstill as once again, SK has been making so much space with her Viper util. Nightfall will come through as well. We'll actually scan Katie in CT, decay her, deafen her. So it will delay this retake all the more.
I don't know if Katie has any idea about the positioning of SK backside, but now Lex firing those shots is going to give away her position on the flank. And there are 3 players on the flank here. The first headshot comes through. Grimoire cannot escape the gun from Ibanez. SK taking down Katie. Turns out Katie was not aware of that positioning. this is going to be a 3v1 island, a 3K with the operator coming alive. We have a tied game, Priya. I don't know what is going on. 5 in a row for Misfits Black, 5 in a row for Dart Monkeys. This is a well-called timeout. Misfits Black has to stop this momentum. I don't know how they let the game escape them this far.
I think the pivotal thing has been SK getting so much value with her lurks. She was able in the round previously to make some space towards sewers, and with her poison cloud she did push towards sewers and have a trailblazer clear her out. Then she pushed right back, and the over aggression from Misfits Black on the defense is actually going to be a bit of their downfall here. They've been constantly losing one at the very start of the round, peaking, over peaking, I'm pretty sure here. And Dart Monkeys, with that player advantage, has been constantly making space on other sides of the map. And with these rotates that they've been just reading, basically, they've been able to just gain side control and hold these insane post-planter positions, making it impossible for Misfits Black to have that very fast retake style that they really like to be playing. And that's the reason why they won the first couple of rounds. But Dart Monkeys are recovering a lot here.
That they are, and this is going to be the 2 final rounds in the half. Oh my goodness, so many shots being fired in mid. Abana is actually taking down the operator in the hands of Island with a wall-banged headshot. That is the first time Misfits Black have gotten first blood in a while, and now Dart Monkeys actually have to figure out what to do about it. They still need to get this spike onto site and planted. Man, disadvantage. It's gonna be crossfired though. Legs very, very close. Abana is ready with all of this utility, quickly swinging off of it and getting one headshot. And now popping Rolling Thunder, making sure that B site still belongs to Misfits Black. Dart Monkeys has 3 players left standing.
Oh my god, SK.
Positioning from SK, the lurk. Oh no, the shots do not connect. Slandy swinging out at the perfect time. I don't even think Slandy was expecting that flank, but either way, Spike is going to get planted on a 2v5. Misfits Black has to coordinate this retake to make it happen.
Player standing.
Oh, Grimoire only able to get one before falling. Autumn getting the op shot, brought down to 77 HP though, not much utility to work with. And Lex, being a jet, dashing on top of that box. And we have the defuse going to Misfits Black. So can Dart Monkeys even this out with the last round of the half, or will Misfits Black finally gain an advantage?
Yeah, it's the last round, and Misfits Black, they have a double up going into this round as well, and that's so oppressive. But with that double controller setup, they can actually make it work. They can make the execs work pretty well. Once again, a toxic screen is going to be placed on the C site, and Vanina and Katie are going to be looking after it. It may be a very fast push onto C here with Dart Monkey's positioning. Oh, no way. Vanina through the smoke as well. The Seekers do come through, and Katie's completely blind. Bunny Bee actually clearing out the side. Vanina will TP out with her life. Seekers do give all the information. Trailblazer will catch a couple in CT. Lex will be concussed by that Trailblazer as well. 2 ops on the retake, and especially with the Prowlers, the Trailblazers, how can you retake against this? Ibanez going to actually open things up, but look at this poison cloud, the one-way from SK. Grandma with a pivotal position here does actually get traded out. Slandy there to recover at the very least, making this a 2v2 now. Vanina has the operator, and she will push through this toxic screen, and my god, SK and Autumn clean things up 6-6 now. What a close game here, Jojo.
I don't even know what is going on, Priya. Look at that round history. I have never seen anything like this, and I mean, I was definitely expecting a close game, but not in this fashion at all. Initially, you might have been thinking, oh, Misfits Black got this in the bag 5-0. Absolutely not. Dart Monkeys was not going to give up without a fight, and a fight we are having 6-6 coming into the second half. So this is actually where we're going to see if one of these teams feels more comfortable on this side rather than the other one. Dart Monkeys has kind of made themselves as the aggressive team, but they were not using those strats on their attack half. Autumn instantly throwing out the pull early on, being aggressive on defense, but the rundown is commencing quickly onto A. Lex leading the pack out, ghost in hand, dashing onto site. No one has fallen yet. Lex getting that first pick on Autumn, but Classic?
No way!
SK and the Classic? What is going on? No! Katie finally putting a stop to it, but that is not okay, SK.
My god, SK is a Viper Demon on Haven. It's insane to watch. The Poison Cloud really helping her out, slowly make her way through into sewers, and then get through with right clicks. Ibanez is, almost does get the kill, but is put down onto such a low HP, and it's 3v1 now, 22 HP to retake on, not retake, to get the spike, but it's in a bit of a unrecoverable position. All she can really do is just peek and probably die, most likely, with these positions from Misfits Black. Or she could actually secure 1v1s, maybe. If she does peek out Graffiti first, she does need to watch out for the Graffiti position. And Bunny B comes out right on top. A very fast take for Misfits Black, but Dart Monkeys look to recover.
They do, in fact, look to recover. I believe this is the first time that they have had the lead in this game thus far. Winning that pistol round is going to be very, very important for them. We see 2 shorty purchases, though, for Ibanez and Lex. So I don't know what's going to happen here, especially if Misfits Black can get 1 or 2 guns from Dart Monkeys. They can make this attack side work. They're going to try the exact same thing again. Fast pushing onto A. Lex dashing down short. Trailblazer coming out, forcing Island to back up. Bunny B with that initial pick onto Lex, and the aggression just was not there for Misfits Black. The shorty long range not doing them any favors either. I think they're just stuck down here. Either they can rotate out or try their hand at taking these 1v1s. Ibanez still shorty in hand, did not trade it out for a Classic or any other gun. Seems like they're suspecting a flank, but Dart Monkeys has stayed true to their defensive side and has stayed on site. I don't know if they're trying to save here. It looked like they wanted to go into spawn. I bet they were just clearing it out, though. Dart Monkeys holding strong, not wanting to give anything away in terms of information or guns.
I really love how disciplined Dart Monkeys are playing. They decided not to push, especially when they do have the better guns and they don't want to play close angles. So they decide to just go back into that default, and Grimoire is holding onto the B side and actually will push into Ibanez. Ibanez does get one with the shorty, so the shorty does actually get a little bit of value.
We love it.
It's a cheap gun. So that's all you'd really want out of that round. But Dart Monkeys looking to possibly win out this bonus round. This is the telling round here, because this game has been kind of crazy. 5 wins in a row for Misfits Black, and then 5 wins in a row for Dart Monkeys, and a back and forth and a 6-6 end for the first half. So I'm looking to see a bit of a similar look from both these teams, but Misfits Black are looking a lot more aggressive with their playstyle, especially when they're pushing onto sides. But as I'm saying that, they're playing a very, very passive default here, as Bunny B will push onto A long. The Trailblazer will spot out one of Misfits Black, but they do decide to just fall back a little bit. Sit and have a little moment together in A long. But as they're having a moment together, Misfits Black have pushed towards B, trying to make some noise and may end up towards a C split here. They are trying to possibly pressure to get any kind of util, but Dark Monkeys aren't really budging too much.
That they are. They're very, very strong in their defense. Even though they were aggressive early in this round, they have fully backed up now, noting all of the noise being made on B site. Oh no, and SK not able to capitalize. Vernina getting the opening pick here. Wait, are they not going to be planning on B? They're fully running through, and they're actually going over to A. Grimoire holding that swing, though, getting the first pick with the Bulldog, and everything is falling apart for Misfits Black. Dart Monkeys up on the numbers. It's all down to Katie. Doesn't have possession of the spike. And wait a minute. Autumn with the operator getting the final pick onto Katie. Dark Monkeys has a pretty significant lead at this point, though. 9-6. Misfits Black has to figure out what to do with this one.
Yeah, Dark Monkeys winning that round has forced Misfits Black to actually go into a bit of a eco round here. And that's so unfortunate to see because the momentum is actually just rolling in Dark Monkeys' favor here. If just the way they're playing is just so disciplined. It's such a different team we're watching, and Misfits Black haven't really found any answers for their execs. They're just getting completely rolled by just how disciplined Dark Monkeys are playing. They're playing very far back, waiting for Misfits Black to rotate, but they're also showing a bit of defensive aggression sometimes, changing the pace around, keeping Misfits Black on their toes. Oh, but Island is playing in a very, very scary position, but Misfits Black won't actually push off that flashpoint. Slandy will re-clear space with the Trailblazer. We'll see Island in the corner, but Island does have TP to use and actually gets a wallbang pick onto Katie. That is so unfortunate. There goes their one controller to push onto site. And for the eco round, that's going to be really rough for them.
Best they can hope for at this point is to get a spike plan. Island continuing to be a menace with the operator, but in fact, Vernina's tour de force finally takes them down. Sandy with one bullet in the chamber has to reload before sticking that plant. Paranoia is pulled out, and Vernina unexpecting with that, and there's not much Slandy can do at the end. Dart Monkeys increasing their lead to 4. Keep in mind, though, that was a save round from Misfits Black. They did the best that they could hope for after taking that site. And now they're going to be on a full buy. So this is kind of where I would expect a timeout to be taken. Seems like Misfits Black is hesitant to do so. But if Dart Monkeys gets to 11, then I feel like that's kind of the home stretch for them to take this map out of Misfits Black's hands. And that's where it starts to get very, very scary. So initially we have Haunt being popped out down C. That spike actually is going to be dedicated more towards Garage. Lex seeing everything coming out from Garage, knowing that SK is inside and doesn't exactly want to push through quite yet. I think Misfits Black is playing this well in the sense that they are baiting out utility from Dart Monkeys, trying to play these mind games. Dart Monkeys has yet to leave their initial positions that they had at the beginning of the round.
Oh, but that Trailblazer push that went towards a lobby actually gave a bit of misinformation there. Oh, maybe not actually. They decide to go towards, the spike is being put towards C long. And the rotates were called out. They do still hold their same positions, and looks like they've taken control over Garage at the moment. Autumn with Prowler does actually spot one. Rimmi's in a pivotal position here. Does actually almost whiff, but Lex does recover. Lex actually getting 2 with updraft on top of boxes. She does activate the tailwind. It is a 2v3 now. They do have to get the spike plant down. Ibanez playing in a very, very scary position here. Lex does actually trade her out, and unfortunately dashes in the wrong way. SK coming out on top. 11-6 now. Dark Monkeys are 1 away from match point here, Jojo.
It is not a good look at all for Misfits Black. Okay, thankfully they have taken a timeout here, but I think it is a little bit too late. They are not on a full buy for this round, so their best hope is that they discuss strategies for when Dart Monkeys gets to match point. Anything can happen. This is Valorant. With one headshot with the Sheriff, anything can change. But Misfits Black at a extreme disadvantage with their current buy. And Dart Monkeys, I think, flawless at this moment on their defensive half. They're feeling pretty good.
And that's the advantage of having a double controller setup. They won countless rounds. They actually recovered so many rounds to actually keep themselves in this game. And once they reached the defense, they have 2 controllers to hold onto space on site. They have 2 Omen smokes, all the Viper defensive utility that goes across from C to garage to then B site as well. So with that defensive utility, it just actually slows things right down, and Misfits Black can't really use that very fast push onto site anymore, because otherwise they'll be pushing through smokes, and they only have so many flashes to use. They actually have a lot of flashes to use, and I would like to see them maybe use more of them when pushing onto site, because my god, Autumn with a very fast 2 picks. But it is a bit of a save for Misfits Black here, but it is a 3v4 now. Slandy deciding whether or not to use the Trailblazer to re-clear things, but decides not to. They're so scared at the moment. They're worried that someone from Dark Monkeys would actually peek out while they're planting. It's like they're kind of playing against their own playstyle.
Exactly, very patient and waiting for something to happen. Wait a minute, Vernina and Ibanez working in conjunction together, leaving just Island alive. I think that was a big misplay from Dart Monkeys. They just assumed they knew where Misfits Black was. Island with that first pick makes this somewhat possible, but look at where this spike is planted. It's back sight, and Island has to clear absolutely everything before attempting to defuse this. Does fake it a little bit as Trailblazer is coming through. Oh no, the Seekers.
Oh my god.
Vernina was distracted a little bit, and Island ended up falling there. That is the round Misfits Black needed. And that was a save round for them. Shocking that that is the first round that they have won in this half. But now that they're going to be on a full buy, Dart Monkeys has to prove that they are still on top.
Yeah, we saw Dark Monkeys get a little bit complacent there. They knew that Misfits would be on a save, and they, like you said beforehand, one sheriff shot or one kill basically can change things around. Vernina was able to recover that Phantom on the seaside and actually get a 3K to hold things together for that 50 rounds. So that was absolutely so pivotal. SK does pull out of the Viper's pit to gain control of A main and sewers as well, stopping any kind of push to come through. Vernina is holding the side, but looks like a fast take onto the B side where 2 players. Ooh, nice quick scope from Island and Autumn there to at least trade her out. But Katie does get the trade as well, and she will actually TP out onto the A side. Ibanez takes down Bunny B. Oh, that was a huge kill. 3v3 now, and Katie and her TP into the Viper's pit. She actually gets value out of that. That's huge. Vernina now in a pivotal position here for the post plant, but will they check her? Island will make her way towards CT, but she needs to be aware of this position. Vernina takes her down, leaving Grimoire in a 1v3 situation. Here to recover things. Here.
Yes, Grimoire taking down Vernina, but that spike has been ticking for a while at this point. 2 players left for Misfits Black. Looks like Grim not wanting to push this any further. Gonna back up on it and give Misfits Black the win here. Things are looking a little bit scary for Dart Monkeys. Their momentum has fully shifted as Misfits Black have gotten 2 in a row now. Primar saving the operator for this next round, and hopefully it has some sort of impact, something that Dart Monkeys needs to shift that momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, Thrifties in this game are extremely pivotal. If you win one, you can just roll off the eco gained off that win. And it's looking like Misfits are doing exactly that. They do have quite a bit to work with now after winning that Thrifty. And they've slowly started to read how Dart Monkeys are playing. They're playing very far back most of the time, and it's going to be another fast take onto the A site. The Guiding Light is going to blind quite a bit of Misfits Black, but it's looking like Dart Monkeys are going to be playing this retake setup towards
Going
CT
back to
here.
their roots is maybe the best decision for them, allowing Misfits Black to aggress on the site and get this plant, but they need to make sure that Misfits Black cannot leave site and start flanking them. That, I think, is something that Misfits Black has done many times. They take Dart Monkeys by surprise. Yes, gonna be a 5v5 retake, Nightfall. Oh no, Slandy taking down 2 despite being affected by that Fade ultimate. Now Autumn trying to clear out site alone, down to 7 HP. 9 bullets in the chamber and still has to stick this spike. No, Katie, the flick onto Autumn. It was another round to Misfits Black. Did not work out again for Dart Monkeys, and their economy, which had been so great early in this half, is suddenly completely depleted.
Completely. All it took was a 1 round and momentum to shift completely in the favor of Misfits Black in the second half, and they've actually just broken the economy of Dart Monkeys by reading the way Dart Monkeys are playing. They have been playing quite passively, waiting for retakes possibly, but the retakes aren't actually going in their favor. The tour de force is going to be activated immediately. Autumn is actually just very aggressively pushing, and oh, that's so unfortunate. It is a safe round there for Dart Monkeys, but I'm surprised they played it quite a little bit too not really that disciplined as we've been seeing the past couple rounds. Maybe that momentum change has actually ruined their mentals. But Island is pushing their way towards CT. They are looking to gain some space here, but it is a 5v2 retake with only a Sheriff and a Tour de Force to use.
One enemy remaining.
Tough overall, Slandy being so instrumental in these rounds. Oh my goodness, the timing was beautiful for Slandy. Knew exactly where to place her crosshair to get those final 2 picks, and Misfits Black is quickly closing this gap. Wait a minute. Look at those rounds. If Misfits Black wins this one, we're gonna have an exact copy of what we saw in the first half. I am in shock, Priya. I don't even know what to say.
I was just about to say that. It's like round 2. Like the teams decide to like win a couple rounds in a row, and then the other team was like, yeah, okay, we'll win a couple rounds in a row too. This is just the plot. This is the plot of this episode here of Valorant. But now, Bunny Bee will be pushed off the C side, but there is 3 of Dart Monkeys holding backside here, but they may line up. Actually, they don't. Lex does recover. Slandy does get that trade off as well, but Island on top of platform takes down KDO. The Prowler actually catches Slandy completely, blinding her, but the Guiding Light playing anti-flash at the very least, but another Prowler as well. The spam comes right through, and this is the benefit of having a fade. Dart Monkeys recover, and we are going into match point.
I don't know if we cast or curse that, Priya, but I don't care because that was absolutely beautiful from Dart Monkeys. They finally figured out, you know, we got to change something up. We got to figure out how to be aggressive, go back to what we are good at, and they have put themselves onto match point, but unfortunately for Misfits Black, that is danger zone for them. They have to win this round to take their own map pick away from Dart Monkeys. Taunt again being thrown down C. Not sure how many players that it tagged, but Paranoia coming out on him, getting that headshot onto Lex, looking for more. Grimoire getting a pick of her own. Everything is going right for Dart Monkeys. Tons of damage being taken down from the remaining members of Misfits Black. Bernina getting those two headshots though.
No way!
Oh,
What a recovery from Misfits Black. My god, that was huge. Vanina pivotal with that 2K, and Katie holding her back in garage, playing off each other perfectly. Vanina and Katie going absolutely huge that round. And it's actually forced Dart Monkeys into a bit of a scrappy buy here. Very rough eco going into this round, and Jojo, we might be seeing maybe an overtime.
I don't know. I think Misfits Black, that is what they are trying for here. They've got two ultimates ready to go. Blade Storm and From the Shadows. I think Katie maybe is going to be trying to do some tricky plays with that ultimate, but it is going to be a C push again. Not with the spike, however. Lex simply trying to get onto site and get some picks. Does take one down alongside. Oh no, this is falling apart for Dart Monkeys. It's just down to Grimoire with Spectre in hand. Does get Lex though from the shadows available, but not really gonna be enough. Abanes ready for the push from Grimoire. 12 to 12.
Overtime.
It's overtime.
We're going into overtime. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. What a map this has been already, Jojo. What in the hell have we just witnessed? Both teams having insane mentals and insane recovery as well on both sides. Like, every single time they're at a deficit, either team can come out on top with just their ability to play together and trade each other off in just a beautiful way to watch, to be honest. And now going into this overtime, Misfits Black will be on that defense. We have seen the defense before. They like to play that very fast retake setup, and I wonder if they're going to do that, because Dart Monkeys, they're actually having a very fast take onto the C site. The Trailblazer will clear outside completely, but is this going to be a 4-man flank? No, it's not going to be. A 3-man possibly flank from long. Will Dart Monkeys expect this?
I don't think so. We see Grimoire holding this position again, but she's going to come face-to-face with 3 players, and one does not get the pick. Bunny Bee ready to swing out and trade her out, however.
One enemy
But
remaining.
instead, it's Bunny Bee who falls. Last man standing, as always, going to be Autumn. Stunned out from Abanes and not going to make it happen. Misfits Black winning their defensive round, putting them on match point. It does truly go back and forth, back and forth. Can Dart Monkeys
Switching sides.
bring this back?
Match
I don't know.
Jojo, they never expect 3-man flank. They never expect it. They never do. And Misfits Black, with that change of pace, that change of play, actually took Dart Monkeys completely off guard. They only had 2 to hold down the flank. The support from Bunny Bee almost helping Grimoire out, but unfortunately, they just played the numbers. A 3v2 basically on the flank, and they came out on top, especially with that crunch coming from CT as well. But now we go into this round. It's a very heavy push from the A side. The Trailblazer will clear out Sewer and find out that there is actually a one-way there as well to really delay the push, but the crunch does come from Long, Katie, and Vanina taking down 2. The crunch was beautiful, actually. So well timed. Beautiful working together, but now the rotates will come through. The retake will come through right now. Vanina is actually going to flank the flanker. And that made me nervous, but Vanina does come out on top. Grimoire with the peak does not take anyone down, and
Attackers win.
beautiful round there for Misfits Black. 14 to 12, and what a map there from both teams, to be honest, Jojo.
Priya, there is absolutely no way anyone could have predicted that outcome. I mean, what an insane match. At any instant, you would have no idea that we would, number one, be forced into overtime, and number two, that Misfits Black actually able to connect and bring it to our second map. I am absolutely in shock. Dart Monkeys, that is the first map that they have actually dropped between groups and the top 16. So are they going to be able to bring it back, even though they are aware that they made it a close matchup? Haven is not their map pick. Map 2 is. Is their mental going to be too tarnished to really get those shots and do what they need to do in our second map?
I agree, but it looks like both teams' mentals were really, really strong there. Both on deficits, on literally first on the defensive rounds. They won. Mrs. Black won 5 in a row, and then 5 in a row came from Dart Monkeys, and then it was just such a back and forth from both teams. The mentals are very strong on both of them, and it's so sick to see this different kind of team comp coming out from Dart Monkeys. It looks like it was a bit of their pocket pick. SK made so much space on the attack, able to actually win a constant bunch of rounds, but Katie and Vanina, with their teamwork together, Katie, a beautiful addition to Misfits Black, getting 25 kills, a 252 ACS as the controller of Misfits Black is, I would pat myself on the back as an omen. So that was absolutely huge map from both teams, and huge congratulations for both of them because of how long that map was and how both teams recovered consistently between each other.
And considering how close that map was, I think there is a chance that we will get another close map for map 2, but you guys watching are just gonna have to stick around to find out. We will catch you in a few minutes.
Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a